Okay. So yes, so we have seen so far list, tuple, and sets, right? And all three of them, okay, are linear. Okay, and um, list, tuple, and sets, right? All of them are linear, right? And list and tuple has order, okay, but set did not have order, right? And sets are useful when you don't need order, okay? You don't need order. So your set and also list tuple sets, they can be interconvertible into each other form. Tuple can be converted to set, set to list, list to tuple, and to set. So all these things you can convert into themselves. Because each of them have their own advantages, okay, their own usage, okay. So depending upon your business problem, you can use. Okay, now let's say I have a list and I want to remove the duplicates. Okay, so let's say I have a list, okay, and I have a lot of duplicate 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2. Let's say I have so many duplicates, right? Two, threes, and fours, they're repeating. So simple way is that you convert list to first set, because set will remove the list so duplicate values, right? So convert
Yeah.
into set. Once you convert into set, now reconvert it back into list. Okay. And now when you say print list one, okay, you see duplicate values are one, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah.
So that's a easy. So one of the simple way, application of set. Okay, if you want to remove duplicates instead of doing two complex loops and things like that, you can simply convert into set and reconvert it back into list. You are done, because that's the properties of set. So depending upon the properties, you need to choose your data structure or collection, what we call it here. So today we'll talk about another collection, which is your dictionary. Okay. Now, how is dictionary different than these three things? Okay. Now, dictionary has its own key. Now, in set, we didn't need key. We don't need to use the position, right? Key in the sense
Yeah.
position. I don't need.
Yeah.
So set will not give you access to the position of element. Okay. But
Mm.
in tuple and list, you can access an element based on the position, because we know that both of them are ordered collection. That means your first element is at position 0, second at 1, third at 2, so on, right? In dictionary says that I don't want default indexing or default position, okay, or default name. I will have my own name, and that is called as key. So dictionary is actually your key colon value pairs. Okay. So to declare an empty dictionary, you can declare an empty dictionary as D1 equal to curly braces, right? So again, if you remember, square bracket is used for list as well as indexing.
Mm.
Indexing of everything, string, list, tuple, your sets, and also in dictionary also we'll see. You'll have to use square bracket only for indexing. Then we use simple parenthesis, right? Null parenthesis or simple parenthesis for your tuple. And then we
Mm.
had used curly for sets as well. So this is second application of curly bracket, right? Or
Okay.
flower bracket, whatever you call it, right? Second application of curly bracket. We have used this in sets also. So this is second usage. Okay. So
Okay.
that's why, okay, when you
So,
declare
I mean, the curly brackets are used for sets and dictionary.
correct,
Okay.
correct. So that's why, see, when you put an empty curly bracket, it will not know. See, when you put a value, so based on the value, it knows whether it is set or dictionary. But when you put simply curly bracket, it doesn't know. It doesn't know. Python doesn't know what you want to do with it, right? So by
Mm.
default, okay, curly bracket are associated with dictionary. Okay. So if I say print type of D1, you get dictionary only, right? Okay. Now, what I'll do is, now I will add some value to it. I will add, let's say 4, comma 5. Now, when I add 4, comma 5, now it knows that it is a set.
Mm.
Okay. It is a set. Okay. Now, what I'll do is, I will add a dictionary. So, dictionary, I told you, it has key value pair. So, let's say I use 4 as key and I give value as Sachin, let's say. I use matches as key and value as 4.
Mm.
Okay. So first thing that you give is called key. And second thing is value. So it's not going to have 0, 1, 2, 3 automatically that we saw in list and tuple.
Okay.
So here,
So here the key is 4.
key is 4 for Sachin and key is matches for 5. So you can use anything as key, anything as value.
I mean 4 and 5 are the keys.
No,
Sachin
no.
and
Left
matches.
side is key. Left
Oh,
colon
so
is key.
4 and matches are key.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then what are the values?
Sachin and 5.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to know just the keys, okay, of course, if you print D1, you get the entire thing, right? D1 will give you the entire thing what we have as it is. Okay.
Mm.
If you want just the keys, you say print D1 dot keys. Okay, and let me give some text here. So it is keys. If you want values, you simply say values. D1
Okay.
dot values. You want something called as items. Items are your key, comma, value. So it'll give you pairs of keys and values. So we call them as items.
Okay.
See here?
Mm.
It gives you a list of keys, list of values, and list of pairs, which is called as items here. 4, comma Sachin, matches, comma 5. So left side is your key and right side is your value. So now if I want to access a certain member, right? I want to know how many matches Sachin played. Okay. So I'll say print D1 of matches.
Okay.
Okay. Indexing is always done on the key, not on the value. I cannot say D1 of Sachin or D1 of 5. Okay.
Mm.
It has to be D1 of 4 or D1 of matches. That's the key. Okay. Key is like your index in list and tuple. Okay.
Okay.
So when I say D1 of matches, you get the value of matches.
So now the matches is key or value?
You tell me.
It should be key because from
Exactly. It
D1.
should be keys. Yes.
Okay.
So it remains as keys. Okay. So associate key with your index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm.
Value is value. Okay. But it has its own name. It's like, giving a default roll number 1, 2, 3, 4. You said, no, I don't want default. I'll carry my own roll number.
Okay.
Okay. So here, 5 has its own roll number. Now the default 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Okay. So these are the basics, of course. And okay. So now let's say, okay, so see, you have D1. Now I want to add a member to it. I want to add another dictionary to it. Okay. So like in list, what we did was you could add two lists together, right? So
Yeah.
so you can add two lists together, but you could also add a member to list, right? But since
Mm.
here, here you do not have, you can't add a single member because you have to add along with keys. So you can add two dictionaries only. So let's say I call it as dictionary two here. Okay, and I give like say, okay, dictionary. So it has to be curly bracket, and I say city colon Mumbai. Okay. So now if I have to add D2 to D1, I will say D1 dot update. Okay, and then D2. Now when you print D1, it is updated with D2 values. Now what happened? City, yes, city got added, right? So it has two values earlier, now you got three values.
Okay.
So you can keep on adding any number of
Key and values.
dictionary, yes. The number of key values are dictionary to a given dictionary. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Now let's say I add one more and I call it as, okay, let me create your D2 and I say city equal to Hyderabad, let's say. Now when I run it, the city got changed to Hyderabad, not Mumbai. Because
Mm.
key cannot be duplicated. You cannot have duplicate roll numbers, isn't it? You can't have duplicate position,
Mm.
right? I told
Yeah.
you key is like position.
Yeah.
So you cannot have duplicate. So okay, so if you already have city and you are trying to add a new city, that means you want to update the old city. The old value will be updated to new value.
Okay.
Okay. But of course, values can be duplicated, right? You can have duplicate. You can have people with two names, right? People have
Mm-mm.
two cities, right? But
Mm.
you cannot have key itself duplicated.
Okay.
Okay, that's how key work. So yes, and another thing that we can talk about is something similar. Okay, so what you see here, okay, it shows that dictionaries are also mutable, just like list. Okay, dictionaries
Mm.
are also mutable, just like list. Okay, in what way
Okay.
they are mutable? So I'm able to update D1 with D2. I'm able to add something to D1, which I
Mm.
could do in list, but I could not do in strings. I could not do
Yeah.
in tuples.
Mm.
Okay. So that's why we say string and tuples are immutable. You can't edit. But your list and dictionaries are mutable. You can edit.
Okay.
Okay. So now same thing we can do, deep copy versus shallow copy. Okay. Shallow copy. So let's say, okay, let's create D3 equal to D1 or D4 equal to D1 dot copy. Now when you print D1 equal to D1, I say D3, D4, D4, D3, D3, D4. Okay, they are same, right? Now I add something to D1. D1 dot update, and let me add a dictionary here. I call it as sports, and I call it as say cricket. And now you see D1. D1 got new value, so got D3 also got new value, but D4 didn't, right? So that's why I said deep versus shallow. Deep means what?
So here you just updated d1 dot update, which is also equals to d3. So d1 and d3 got updated, and the other things are same.
Yes. So this is called deep copy. When I say equal to, I'm doing deep copy means D3 has got exactly same set of values as D1.
Hmm.
D3 has got exactly same set of values as D1.
Yeah.
Okay? Because
Hmm.
they copy is one, they're two different names.
Hmm.
But the main copy is one itself. So whether you change D1 or D2, in this case D3, D1 or D3, okay, same copy will
So if
be.
we are using the same d1 for d4 also, and when we are using it for the second time, we should use dot copy for that.
No.
Hmm.
So look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have a paper, okay?
Okay. Hmm.
Now, when you take a Xerox copy of it, you go and you take a photocopy.
Yeah.
Photocopy will create two different copies, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That is like your D4. D4 equal to dot copy is creating a photocopy. That's why we say copy, photocopy.
Okay.
So the moment you take photocopy, okay, so see,
Hmm.
this is comparing D3 and D4 here. Okay, I have just created a photocopy. If I just created a photocopy, then exactly both the copies will have same value, exactly same thing. Right? You're taking a photocopy, right? You don't have to check for spelling or correction in the photocopy, isn't
My
it?
my my question is
Yeah. Hold on. I'll come to your question.
okay.
So D4 has become a copy of D3, exact copy of D3, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if you make any changes to D3 or D4 later,
Mm.
will it get reflected on other copy? No, right? You take a Xerox copy, and on
Mm.
Xerox, if you make any changes, it's not going to get reflected on the main copy, correct?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
add something to the main copy, it's not going to get reflected on Xerox copy. The moment you take Xerox, that's when there are two copies, two similar copies. But
Mm-hmm.
after that, if you make any changes, after that I made this change, obviously these two will be different.
Mm.
But D1 and D3 is like giving two names to the same person. Now your name, let's say I give you A and B. When I say D3 equal to D1, I'm saying B equal to A. I'm saying name 2 equal to Manvir. So
Mm.
if I call you by your first name or if I call you by the new name that I gave you will respond because you are the same person, same individual, but
Mm.
with two different identities now.
Yeah.
So D1 is the same copy, same thing in the memory, but with two different identities now. Okay. So whatever D1 do or whatever D1 does or D3 does, okay, it's the same copy which is getting changed. So if it is same book, same paper, but you're giving same name, if I tell you, okay, change something in first copy, you'll go and change something. Go and change something in second copy. First and second copy are same. So you're making change in the same copy, isn't it? So it's like same
Mm.
thing having two different names, same individual with two different identities. So equal to will create different identity, not different
Okay.
copy.
Definitely. Okay. I think I'm a little confused over here. Just my question is like when you're putting d3 equals to d1, we can also put it as d4 equals to d1, right? Why should we put dot copy? Is my question.
Because you want to create two different copies, no? Why do you go and create a photocopy? Because you do need two different copy. See, my point is, depending upon what you want to achieve in your logic, you have to use either this or that. These
Okay.
are two different things, right? Now, if I ask you, you already have the original copy, right? Why do you want to create a duplicate copy? We do go for photocopy, isn't it? Why do you need a photocopy? Okay, so that if original is lost, you can have access to the first one, right? So if original is lost, that means if you make any changes to original one, still you have a copy where you can see what was there before, right? So, or maybe I need a copy of that. Let's say you have notes, I need a copy of that. You create a photocopy and you take one, I take one, and I do whatever I want to do with this, you do whatever you want to do with that. Correct? So what I'm
Yeah.
saying is there are two different features, there are two different ways of doing it. Depending upon what you want to do, what is your objective, you can choose either this or that,
Okay.
right? So let's say till now you are doing same copy, but after that we need to maintain two different copies. This is team A, team B. So you say, okay, team, now you are two different teams. So you take D1 and you take D4. Do whatever you want to do with D1, you do whatever you want to do D4. They are not going to get interfere. They are not going to interfere into each other,
Yeah. Got it.
right?
Hmm.
So that's why they behave differently and their objectives are different. So depending upon what you want to achieve, you can use either this or that.
Okay.
Okay, right. So next is let's say I want to run through loop. Okay, actually we can actually run through loop, and I want to. Okay, so let's first show you different. There's not much thing. Okay, let's take D1 itself. Okay, and I want to remove something. Okay, we saw how to add, right? Using update you add. Now how to remove a member. Okay,
Okay.
remove a member. So you can use pop or you can use pop item. Okay, you can remove pop or pop item. Okay, now you have D1 dot, you say pop. And what does it take? It takes key. So pop will take the key that you want to remove. I want to remove, let's say, Sachin, for example. I'll say Sachin. Now, when you print D1 after pop, okay, you say D1. So exit code 1. So I got it wrong, is it?
Sachin is not deleted over here.
Yeah. No, there's an error here. I got it wrong. Line 40, key error, Sachin. Key. Okay, sorry. This is key, not the value. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Pop takes in key as input. Okay. So if I want to remove Sachin, okay, I need to give value as 4, right? 4.
Okay.
I have to say 4. Okay. So when you say 4, you're removing the key with 4. So key is removed. Yes, because see, key is unique. Key
The
has to be unique.
4 is also removed at the same time.
No. They are same, right? They're always together. Key value pair. They're together. You cannot remove key and leave value. Key and value are together. It's same. It's pair.
Okay, fine. So if you're removing Sachin, automatically the 4
No.
won't get
You're
printed, right?
removing. See,
Mm-hmm.
in list we say removed fifth element, right?
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
fifth element fifth element and value will also be gone, right? Okay.
Okay.
So when I say remove key 4, key 4 is gone, so value will also go along with it,
Okay. Okay.
right? Because they're together. Key and value pair, they're together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like removing fourth element. So if fourth element is gone.
Okay.
Okay. See, key without value is not useful. And value without key cannot exist. You cannot have a student without a roll number, correct?
Yeah.
Every student has to have a roll number, otherwise, student does not exist. You cannot have a roll number without a student. Of course, you can create a roll number with no one attached to it, but it has no sense, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So same thing. Key itself has no importance. Value cannot exist without a key. So when you delete a key, the corresponding value will get deleted. Okay.
Okay.
Now you have something called as pop item. Okay. Now pop item doesn't take any input. See, pop item doesn't take anything as input. What it does is it will remove any one value. Okay. Now
Okay.
this was the case prior to version 3.6. Up to 3.6, it would remove any one value without your knowledge. But now what it happens is it removes the last element which appears in the dictionary. Okay, so last element is sports, right? Now sports will be removed. So it removes the last added value. Okay, last added value, not last updated value.
Okay.
Last added value is removed. Remember, last added is not same as last updated. Okay, so see, update means what? Key is already there and you are changing, like city, right?
Yeah.
So if I change city again to say Chennai, so that is updated. So that will not have any impact on the order of the element.
Okay.
Last added, when you add something that gets added at the end. Okay, so let's say I added something. After that, I'm updating something else. So that updating something else will not change the order. Update will always be the order will exactly be the same before or after update.
Okay.
But when you add, that's when new value is added at the end.
Okay. So now the last updated one is uh, sports and cricket.
Yep.
Okay.
Right? Last added, right? Yes. So that's why you see sports and cricket is gone.
Okay.
Okay. So these are some of the functions that we use in dictionary. Okay. You can run a for loop, okay, on either keys or on values or on both key and value. Okay. So for example, I can say iterating through keys. Iterating through values. Iterating through items. So I can say for, okay, instead of doing this, let me print it itself, that would be better. Okay. So that we can see the output as well. Okay, so for I in D1 dot keys, right? Keys. And you print I. Okay. So if when you run it, you get list of, you know, iterating through keys, matches, and city. These are the two keys left. Okay. Now, if I take this and I iterate through values. Okay. So iterating through values, you see 5 and Hyderabad.
Mm.
Okay. Iterating through items.
Uh, like, can you just scroll up? I just wanted to see.
Yep.
Uh,
You can, no, so this will be helpful to you. Not
okay.
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
After pop item, we are left with matches 5, city, Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why your values are 5 Hyderabad and keys are matches and city.
Mm.
Okay. Items. Okay. I have not run it. Items will give you pair of
Okay.
matches, comma. So key, comma, value, key, comma, value, key, comma, value.
Mm.
You can do I into this, or you can even do something like I and J. When I say I comma J, I is going to take first value, J is going to do second value. Okay.
Mm.
So, you know, I can write something like this. F keys equal to your I and value equal to your J. Sorry, J.
Okay.
Keys equal to matches, value equal to 5, keys equal to city, value equal to Hyderabad. So you can access each member from the dictionary using key comma value.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's say um, um, let me create a list. Okay, we'll create a list with male name, female name, and both combined, and maybe then do something. Okay, to just see
Mhm.
how it looks like. So let's say I create here women. Okay, and okay, so here I'll say um, 1 colon, or maybe say 101, okay, colon, okay, first name, then I give 103 colon, second name, 105 colon, third name, and let's say 107 colon, fourth name. And I see I give, let's say 50 here. Here I give, let's say, okay. Here I go and let's say I give, okay. And here I go and give, let's say, okay. And now I go and give men something like 102 equal to say Sachin, 104 colon something I give 106 colon. Let's say I give Rohit and let's say I give Virat. Okay. Now I give all something like this. Okay. Now all I want it to be combination of both. So what will I do? I will say all equal to blank dictionary. Now I'll say all dot update. All dot update women. And again I'll say all dot update men. Right? And now when you print all, okay, you should see that it will have Renuka's Smriti. So this is your first set of, because first we added women, right? So you have first women list
And then, yeah.
and then followed by the men list.
Hmm.
So all has all the things. Now I'll go through each member of all and see if they belong to women or men, let's say. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll go through the keys, not through the names. Okay. Or you can go through names or keys or whatever. So I'm going to go through keys. So I'm going to say for key, okay, or for I maybe, or for key. Key is better because you know what you are trying to do. So for key in all dot keys. So key will be 101, 103, 105, 107, 102, 104, 106. That's what key will be, right? So
Hmm.
I'm checking if key, okay, or better, you'll say key comma value in all DOS items. Okay, so I'm getting key and value both. So I'll say if key, okay, in women dot keys, right? So you're taking key from all and checking if it is in women dot key. If it is there, then you say, okay, then I can print here, print f value. Value is val. Okay,
Mhm.
plays in women team. No, plays in women's team. Okay, or women's team or something like this.
Mhm.
Okay. Elif key in men dot keys, then you say print plays in men's team,
Men's team.
right? Else is, okay, value neither part of men's or women's team.
Okay.
Okay, so let me add one more value to it. Okay, which is neither in men or women. Okay, so directly I'll update it here. Let's say, so let's say I give 1 2 1 1 and I'll give, let's say, Steve. I'll give 2 2 2, let's say Warner, let's say, for example. So now when you run it, you see you get Steve, another part of men's or women's teams. Warner, another part of men's or women's team. Renuka plays for women's team. Plays for women, plays for women's team. Dipti plays for women's team. Sachin plays for men's team, men's team, men's team. Okay.
Hmm.
Just to demonstrate you how you can actually compare keys and values.
Hmm.
Okay. So pretty much that's it.
Then what's the use of this neither part of men's or women's? Like,
No, I'm just comparing. So you see that that doesn't appear. I'm not saying there's a use, right? But I'm
mm-mm.
just saying that you can access this as well.
Okay.
Just a demo. I mean, it's just a demo of.
Okay.
So it means it doesn't appear in. So let's say you have two shopping lists. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
one shopping list you have for your brother, one shopping list you have for your sister. right? And
So
one
if there
shopping
are
list
no men's and women's, it's gonna show like that.
it shows that it's neither in that list. Okay, so now you have two shopping lists and you're buying an item and you want to check if this item is in shopping list A or B. So if it is not, they'll show you know it's not in neither A or B. So you're buying something which is not part of your shopping list. Something like that, let's say.
Then the Steve and Warner should be coming in neither men's or women's,
No, that's
right?
what I'm saying. No,
Because
neither one.
uh, oh yeah, okay, cool.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Or directly you can say not in the list, something like that.
Okay.